This is Sunday, and the market isn't open yet. It won't open for another 3 hours, and I'm just getting set up for some tests for the week. Now this particular one is also going to be 4 hours. Dashboard 4 hours. All the charts are on 4 hours. And in this particular one, it's going to be the sub demo with the breakout lines. So it's waiting for the demarc breakout lines to be broken, and it confirms it with a sub dem. As you can see, we don't have any signals, so there's nothing confirming right now. Expert setups. Note is the sub dem breakout, just so I know what it is. I got it set at 0.1 lot. And as usual, since I'm on Central Standard Time, I'm going to wait for a new candle after the open. I'm staying away from the open on Sunday night because they usually get a lot of gapping and the spreads are quite high, so they usually don't calm down for a couple hours. And I don't want to get in the middle of a candle, so I'm waiting for the next new 4-hour candle. Since my market Central Standard Time opens at 1600, I'll wait until 2000 hours for my next new 4-hour candle, and I always add a few minutes onto it, in this case 5 minutes, so I make sure we get a new candle. So we trade from 20:05 until midnight, then I set up another time window and I go from midnight until 12 noon the next day. This is all Central Standard Time. It says your computer time, remember. So from noon tomorrow until 8 o'clock tomorrow night, it will not take any new trades. It will keep processing the ones that are open, but no new trades will be taken until tomorrow night, then again at 20:05. Okay, so I'm also using the take profit in the dashboard as my take profit point, set at 0.2. And remember that is times the ADR. So 0.2 times 71 gives you about a 14 pip take profit point. And when the trade opens up, you will get a dollar value over here. It'll convert the 14 pips to a dollar value. And I'm also using a basket of $25. So if it hits a $25 basket value over here, it will close all the open trades. But it will then start looking for a new basket since I got it set up as go at profit. So every time it closes a basket, it will close everything down and start over fresh with a new basket. Or you also got the possibility of these take profit points being hit, which will also close the single pairs down. So you got two ways to close. Now if we go over and look at, I don't have any signals here, so we'll just go look at one. And as you can see, what this does, it waits for a break, and then it looks for confirmation from that particular zone, which in this case is the supply zone. Now what would have happened here, we are using a 2 pip buffer. So if we weren't using the zones for confirmation, we would have entered the trade right here. But since we are using the zone as a confirming element, we would not get in this trade, because remember, it takes at least 3 candles closed before this zone will pop up. Now there could have been one back here someplace that would have occurred, and then our line could have been back here too. So it just depends on what it looked like back here. But this particular trade we will not get in on, because it takes 3 closed candles, and by the time we saw 3 close, we were down here, and this candle did not close above the line. Neither did this one. So we would have been past our entry point, so we would have not have gotten into that one. So let's go look at another one. Okay, now this one here looks like a good trade, because as you notice, let's see where there's our demand zones way down there. Here's the candle close above the line, goes below the line, 2 pips. We would have got in here, and we are also in our confirming area for the supply zone. So this would have been a good trade. Now how many pips would we get out of that? Aussie Swiss. 12 pips is what our profit would have been on that one. Now what we should do is look at the settings here too. Nothing on that one. Let's go back to this one here and we'll open up the settings here so you can see what the settings were. Okay, I'm not using the fixed take profit. I'm not using a auto take profit. I'm not using any of those because I got them set up back, remember, back in the dashboard. I'm not using the stop loss. So we are not having any stop losses on any of these at the present time. I'm not using the trailing stop. And we're not using any of this stuff. And breakout line, I'm just looking for the 2 pip break of the line. If you want to use the candle close, you can turn that to true, and then in the candle, the previous close candle will have to be closed above the line if you're going short, and then when you break the line with a closed candle, well, like here, if we're using the buffer, this one was closed above the line, we could have entered as soon as this one broke it by 2 pips. But if we're using closed candle, we got to wait till this candle closes below the line, then we would have got in right here at the open of this one. So that's what the difference is there. And the filter percent trade zone is this gray area. I just got it set at 1. Because I'm taking such short pieces out of the trade here that I'm going to use the whole zone. And I don't have any line levels turned on. Which just puts a dotted line across here, you remember, to show you between the 2 zones. I am using a ADR space of 1, which means there has to be at least a 1 ADR space between the bottom of the supply zone and the top of the demand zone. I got the alerts turned off, and I also got the minimum reward set to 0 because I'm not using that. Like I said, I am taking such short, small pieces. I'm just taking little bites, and we're going for more of them. Want to be consistent. This one would have been a short. This would have been a short trade. Of course we missed it, but closed candle above the line. Broke through the line by 2 pips. And we're into our trade zone, and that's good. You'll also notice up here, subdim space okay. This will be green if the space between the zones is what you have it set for. In our case, it's 180R. So now this is the New Zealand dollar. And the ADR is 50. So this space has to be at least 50 pips. And apparently it is because it's telling us it is. So if we measure it, what do we got? We got 68. We only need 50, which would be about up in here someplace. So it meets the requirement of the space being at least 180R. Okay, we move on to the next one. And you can see it's telling us space is good, but our line is way down here right now. But before, it would have probably been, it depends on what time of day you looked at this thing, where it would have been previously. You got a possibility there of having a trade up in there. Possibly could have had a line, I don't know, down here, who knows. That one getting kind of late. But this one here also, would be way late. When you get too close to a zone like this, you want to stay out of them. And here's another one. Now you'll notice on this one, there is no red dotted line. The reason no red dotted line shows up is because it can't find a fractal lower than this one to draw it to. You should notice we're way down here. There is no fractal back here low enough. Because remember, the red dotted lines got to slope up. The green dotted lines have to slope down. So it can't find a lower fractal back here to draw it to. And you don't draw it to one of these. So that's why there is no red dotted line. So remember that if you don't see one of the lines, it's because it can't find a fractal. Now, the last place it probably could have drawn it would have been right there. And we could have got a trade. Yeah, trade. Could have got a trade there when that line broke out. But we're way down here now, so past it. Just looking for one that shows you the where we don't have enough for the spread. There we go. You see here it says subdim too close, and you notice how close they are here. And this is the pound chef. Pound Swissy, he needs at least 88 pips. And there's no way you're going to get 88 pips in here. It's only 35. So see, this right away. So you can go through these real quick if you're just doing manual trades and look. You know, if you see a red one, don't even pay attention to it. Wait for this to be green. There's another one, but we're too far up here. Never take that one. This would have been signaling long because this is the latest, freshest zone, which is a demand zone. Here's one here, it took off, but as you can see, we broke the line and this zone would not even have been formed yet because it takes 3 closed candles. So that zone wouldn't have formed until we were way up here. So, but I think that kind of gives you the idea of what's going on here. So basically what I do now, since it's after 12 o'clock on a Sunday, I can start this up and it'll kick in tonight at 8:05. And you notice I got this on auto. So my chart will only start up when my timer kicks in. So I have to reset to make sure my memory doesn't have any garbage in it yet. For the graph, click the basket equity on, go over here and turn on my TS, turn on my buttons, and there I'm all set to go. Now I can go do what I want to do, and tonight at 8:05 or 20:05 Central Standard Time, this will start up automatically. And if we get any signals at that time, it will take the trades and we'll go from there. So have a nice day.